YouTube, and welcome back to another Movie Zone episode with me, your host, Jonathan, aka the Doctor Movies. Now listen, I told you all I was going to do my top 10 movies of 2015 by New Year's Eve, but fortunately things have turned around and I can't, so I decided to give it to you now. So, before I get to my top 10, let me talk about my honorable mentions. There were 5 of them, and they couldn't just make the cut. So, let's just talk about it. And like I said, there are going to be movies in this. This is my list. It's my list that and there are movies that I have seen, I liked a lot, and movies I just enjoyed. But there won't be movies in here like The Revenant, The Hateful Eight, or any of the other movies. I will get around and watch them, Steve Jobs and all the other movies, probably before 2016 or even during 2016. There are movies coming out with them. I'll do that before all the big superhero movies come out. So stay tuned for those. But yeah, let's just talk about it. Before the movie top 10, let's talk about the honorable mentions. Number 5, Minions. Despicable Me prequel, kind of. But the little guys, funny. There you go. That's all I need to talk about because, like I said, it was very different. But you know what? I feel, in my opinion, that the Minions work better with Groot. But you know what? They had fun with their own kind of side thing. It was kind of funny, especially at the beginning. But yeah, there you go. That's number 5. Number 4, Terminator 5, or I like to call it the Terminator that basically killed 3 and 4. I don't even give a crap about those movies because this is technically the 3rd movie that we should have gotten a long time ago. This movie was fun. Arnold Schwarzenegger looked great, minus little things here and there, but it was still fun. So that's number 4. At number 3, it's James Bond, people. Spectre. Now, being a Bond fan as I am, I grew up personally with Pierce Brosnan, but however, Daniel Craig, James Bond is the man. He's just great. I just hope he comes back. A lot of moments in this movie were kind of weak, like Dave Bautista. He wasn't used properly, and of course Christoph Waltz, who played the main villain, he wasn't used all that well even. He's such a great actor, but let's hopefully in the next Bond movie, if Daniel Craig comes back, or we get somebody new. So there you go. At number 2, we have The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Yes, it's Jennifer Lawrence's last run at this movie, and it was so much fun. I had the book spoiled for me, so when I watched the movie, I was like, wait a minute, that shouldn't have happened, so maybe I'll go back and read it. But number 2 was fun. I'm going to miss her playing this character, because she really rocks, but let's see what happens when they do prequels or whatever it is. Maybe they do a sequel down the road. Who knows? And of course, number 1. The one movie everybody told me, this movie is crap, don't watch it, don't even pay mind to it. It's Fantastic Four. This movie, a lot of people told me this movie was bad, but I had to watch it for myself to really see if it was bad or was it awesome. And this movie isn't good, isn't great, isn't garbage either, but this movie is okay. Yes, it has problems, but you know what? They tried, and that's all we can master. You know what I mean? It wasn't like they ruined Galactus all over again. Not like I'm saying that Galactus is in the movie, but it's not like it was like that. Number 2, that was just that's a mess. But yeah, they tried to do the whole dark thing like everybody else is doing, DC and Marvel. But I don't know. Maybe one day we'll get another one, but who knows? So there you go. There's my honorable mentions again. At number 5, we have Minions. At number 4, we have Terminator. At number 3, James Bond, Spectre. At number 2, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. And of course, number 1 is Fantastic Four, the reboot. Now, my top 10 movie list of 2015. These are the movies I personally liked a lot. There are 10 of them, so let's start this. At number 10, I just watched this movie and it blew my mind. The movie Creed, Rocky reboot, if you want to call it that. The Apollo Creed movie we never got, we always wanted to get. This movie was fun. Sylvester Stallone is the man in this movie. You know, Michael B. Jordan was in this movie. He was great playing Apollo Creed's son, and it was just awesome. I thought this movie worked. This movie was fun. It was everything. It had all those elements. It had little problems here or there, but whatever. We can just move past it. At number 9, I got The Kingsman: Secret Service. What a fun movie this was. I went into it, I saw the trailers, I was like, yeah, this looks like a cool spy movie. And it was awesome. You got Samuel L. Jackson as the bad guy. He was hilarious in the movie. Any movie he's in, he's always hilarious. Especially when the man curses. It was just fun. It was hilarious. It had action. It had adventure. It had a good pace. It wasn't like one of those spy movies that just action, slow, talking, slow, and then action, action, action. No, this movie was action, 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 action. It had less talking, more action in this whole movie. And one of the best scenes in this movie was a church scene. I don't want to spoil it for you, but wow, that made me laugh. That made me. It was so much fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So there you go, Kingsman. At number 8 is Mission Impossible 5. That's right, Ethan Hunt is back. My boy, Tom Cruise is the man in this movie. The dude, I don't know how he does his own stunts. The guy's crazy. The guy's like out of maybe almost 60, but who knows? Man, the guy's the man. This movie, I didn't even think this movie could surpass number 4. Number 4 was the best Mission Impossible we ever got. I mean, I enjoyed the other 3, but yeah, this Mission Impossible stepped up. You had great dialogue, you had great action, a great female lead. You know, it's hard to get by though. I think this year was the best year for female people, no matter who it was. Charlize Theron, Emily Blunt, you name it. All those girls, they kicked ass in these movies. So kudos. So there you go. There's Mission Impossible at number 8. At number 7 is Mad Max Fury Road. Again, another great movie. Not enough story to this movie, but this movie's visually is a masterpiece. And of course, this action in this movie is sick. This movie is crazy. I mean, George Miller, oh my god. The man, you know, this guy just comes out of nowhere. It's like, you know what, I'm going to make another Mad Max movie. And back then, those movies are old. Even I didn't get to see them as a child. I mean, I did, but I wasn't born when that movie came out. But, man, this movie was awesome. And if you've never seen those movies, you don't need to see the other ones because you don't get lost in the story. Because there's hardly any story about this movie. It's just Tom Hardy's character getting from point A to point B, and that's basically it. And there's a whole roller coaster of everything going from killings to racing in the desert. It was crazy. This movie's awesome. And I like that movie a lot. At number 6 is a movie that made me laugh this year. And I can remember the movie itself. It's Ted 2. This movie was hilarious, people. I'm telling you. There's a scene in this movie that made me laugh so much. It was just funny. The only problem I really had with this, Mila Kunis wasn't really in the movie. Spoiler, by the way. But you don't really need to know about that because she wasn't even in the trailer. So you couldn't figure that out. But yeah. Other than that, this movie's hilarious. Ted's great. Mark Wahlberg rocks. That's all you need to know. At number 5 is Cinderella. One of my favorite animated movies of all time, besides Beauty and the Beast, is always going to be Cinderella. And the way they decided they're going to make a live action version about this, again, yes, this is like fourth time I think they did this. Now, you know, the other ones, the live action, they came out to like direct-to-DVD versions, but this one, it worked. It was fun. It was just great. I really enjoyed it a lot. At number 4, Pixar once again just proves why it's the best animated. And it's Inside Out. Girl, 5 emotions in her brain that control her whole thoughts and fears and all that other stuff. Who wouldn't want to see that? My favorite emotion has to be anger. He was just so much fun to watch. Even Joy was fun to watch. All these characters were great. You know, the animation just gets better and better every time Pixar makes a movie. And it really shows you what your emotions are. And then you get to talk about, you know, you think about your emotions personally, and then you're like, oh, maybe somebody's controlling your mind. Who knows? But it was a lot of fun. Characters worked. The story was fun to watch. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you watch it because it's really cool. At number 3 is Fast and the Furious 7. Now, this is the last movie we saw of Paul Walker, but as Fast and Furious gets up to 7, 8, 9, 10, it gets more ridiculous, stupid at the same time, but awesome as well. Because honestly, the stunts in these movies, I don't know how they keep doing it, but it's just fun. You watch the other movies, they're all fun. Do they make sense? No. Does it matter? No, because honestly, you're not really watching it for the genius story. Like, it's going to win an Oscar for a story. You know, it's not. But you just watch it for the pointless fun that it is. having a car go through buildings, taking a bank vault out of a building, driving through Brazil. It's so much fun. These movies just get ridiculous, but Vin Diesel's the man. Paul Walker is the man. Even though it's going to be weird not seeing him in the next one, but what can we do? He's been taken from us tragically, but yet the movie's going to keep going, and I can't wait to see what the crew does next, because honestly, I don't know what kind of chaotic mess they're going to be in this time. They had a great villain, and Jason Statham, The Rock works in these movies. Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster, you name it, they're all awesome. I love the Fast and Furious franchise. I can't wait for the next one. So there you go. At number 3. At number 2. Now this one was hard because honestly, this one switched with number 1 back and forth. But then number 1 came out. I was like, yep, it's got to be number 1. But way up to number 2. So at number 2, I have Ant-Man. What a fun Marvel movie. Now Ant-Man, I've been waiting for a long time. This is one of my favorite superheroes of Marvel that we haven't got yet, and now we have him, and it worked. It was funny. It was the action. I was like, wow. The way that they show him how they shrunk. If you watch the Blu-ray and you watch how they do that technology, it's crazy. Especially with movies these days, how technology just gets better and better. But yeah, it worked. Paul Rudd was great. Michael Douglas worked. It was so much fun. I can't wait that it leads up to the next movie, which is probably Captain America Civil War. And I just can't wait to see Ant-Man again in the next Marvel movie, whatever that may be. It was so much fun. And of course, at number 1 is the movie we all been waiting for. It's this movie, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Yes, at number 1. I had to put it number 1. Because when I went to see this movie, it was, first of all, I haven't seen a Star Wars movie since the prequels, sadly enough. But we had those, whatever. As soon as that movie started, I didn't even think about the prequels. I was like, prequels, what? It was a prequel movie? Well, forget those movies. Now, Star Wars 7 is like the best. My hands were shaking, I had goosebumps. It was great seeing all the original cast back, plus all the new people. Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey, she rocks in this movie. I swear to you, I'm going to do a spoiler review about this movie soon. Patience, but it's coming. But yeah, you gotta watch this movie. You haven't seen it yet, go see it because it rocks. John Boyega rocks. Oscar Isaac works. They're all awesome in this movie. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I still yet to determine which is my favorite Star Wars movie in order, but it's close to my number 1. But I don't know yet. I gotta watch it again. But yeah, there you go. There's my top 10 list of 2015. Now let me repeat it one more time so you guys remember. At number 10, I had Creed. At number 9 is Kingsman Secret Service. Number 8, Mission Impossible 5. Number 7, Mad Max Fury Road. At number 6, Ted 2. Number 5, Cinderella. Number 4, Inside Out. At number 3, Fast and Furious 7. Number 2, Ant-Man. And number 1 is Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. So, there you go. There's my list. Let me know in the comments what's your list. What's your favorite movie of the year? Did you have fun? Did you have a top 10 worst list? Mine's coming out probably next week. I gotta make that one because a lot of movies I've seen there kind of... But yeah, let me know what you thought of my list and let me know what your list is. Thank you. Let's talk about this some more. Till the next time.